Welcome back to our series on the Louvre Aulos and the scales that we play upon them. And this week we're going to look again at Tosca's chart, and we're going to look at the Lower Tense Lydian. The diatonic versions of these modes that I will illustrate in this video and up and coming videos were common in Imperial Greek music, as opposed to the enharmonic, chromatic versions that were typical of classical music. As we can see on the chart, the Lower Tense Lydian is quite a short scale. It requires a half hole on the D sharp and an E, F sharp, G sharp and a B sharp like you find in the Lower Phrygian. And this scale is one of the reasons I find Tosca's ideas about the Louvre Aulos so convincing. I was wondering for a long time why that scale was so short, why it didn't go below the D sharp. And one thing I realized is that in order to play that D sharp, you need to half hold the pinky on the high pipe, and you need to half hold the thumb on the low pipe. Now, it's very easy to half hold the thumb on the low pipe, but if you want lower notes on the high pipe and you cover lower holes, so the holes below the finger holes, and then you try and half hole your pinky, you're not going to get any sound. It sort of makes a weird sound, as I'll now demonstrate. So in order to get the D sharp, we're going to cover this hole here, but only by half. And because it's a half hole, it's kind of weak compared to the other notes. Now, if I then start covering holes below it, you'll see that D sharp sort of disappears. It becomes incredibly muddy, and there's no way that's going to lock with the other pipe. This may be one of the reasons why this scale is so short. It is also worth mentioning that this scale is also probably the most archaic, and I've noticed that, for example, on very, very early instruments, for example, like the silver pipes of Ur, you can play similar scales on instruments like that. So it's possibly the oldest scale on this chart. And now for a demonstration. So on this scale, although the G sharp is the messe, I am going to use the E as sort of a drone note. And I'm going to play something a bit like this. So that's all for this time, and see you in the last video where we discuss the Dorian mode.